guys, welcome back to our channel in my sister's corner. We know it's been a while. We missed you guys. We hope you missed us in my sister's corner, where voices find their stage.
Beauty knows no name.
Communication eases pain.
All right, guys, and we're back.
Hello.
So,
Please know that I've gotten to a certain point in life, and I can admit there was a time in life where, when I say my whole existence was on what people thought about me, it drove me crazy. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't comfortably live because I thought, what are these people going to think about me?
Hmm.
And I never wanted anyone, the most painful thing to me was for someone to think something about me that wasn't true.
mm,
That used to hurt me to the core.
Hmm.
And I can honestly say one day I woke up and I said, I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care how you view me. I don't care how you look at me. I don't care what you think I should be doing when I'm not doing it. I don't care. And when I can say I sleep better at night,
Mm-hmm.
when I can say I'm able to walk through the city of Kissimmee at night, I feel so much better.
Yeah.
So people's opinion of you can get you to a place where you forget who you are.
Yeah.
mm,
And it
mm.
is not a very comfortable place at all.
It's not.
It's not.
Because, baby, I've
It's
been there.
not.
Yeah, it's not.
Mm-mm.
It's
It
That's
is
not.
a
not.
powerful statement, bro. That's you taking a that's you taking a big part of your power back.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Self-aware, self-preservation, and just the free will to just express and be you unapologetically and not fear what the next person or bystander will say or think.
Yeah.
That's,
Because let me tell you, because at the end of the day, when you doing good, when you doing bad, someone always got something to
Mhm.
say.
that's true.
Always got something to say. And that's what I realized too. I'm like, okay, I'm doing good. Oh yeah, she doing good, but you got some haters in the back. When I'm doing bad, everybody talking about you. You know what? I'm just gonna do me. If you like it or not, you coming with me, cool. If not, oh well. You know,
Absolutely.
and a lot of times people too, they like, oh Alexis, why you just don't? I said it's work. I've been through work not to like, not sleep at night because someone feels some type of way about me.
Hmm.
If God say it ain't true, it ain't true.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
That's how I live my life. My thing is, you're not finna disrupt my boundaries. You're not finna disrupt my peace, my happiness, nothing, nothing. And
Absolutely.
it's still a work in progress. I'm not perfect. Still a work in progress.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
I still can't. I need to work on that.
But let me
Work on
don't
it,
get me
sister.
wrong. Certain relationships, yes, I care. I'm talking about when I say that, I'm talking about friends, well, friends, because I don't, you know,
Hmm.
I'm talking about associates,
Hmm.
co-workers. I'm not talking about my husband. I'm not talking
Hmm.
about my family. I'm not talking about, I'm talking about those relationships that I'm just like, okay, who cares what you think about me?
Hmm. Hmm.
Now if a family member thinks something about me, I'm gonna want to be like, okay, why you feel this way? Like I said, my
Absolutely.
communication may not be up to par sometimes,
Hmm.
and I,
Hmm.
I agree with that. But
Hmm.
as far as family and people that mean stuff like something to me, of course I'm gonna care about what you think about me. But at the end of the day, if I know it's not true, then it's not true. We also gotta, like you said, claim our power back too now.
What I mean is more along the lines of what Vanessa was saying too, is the fact that not what people are saying about you is true or not. It's about being able to do what's best for you or being able to just move and make decisions without being embarrassed about people knowing about what you're doing or not caring if they have something to say about the things you're doing. Um, that thing. I think sometimes family, and not just talking about ours in general, family can sometimes influence the decisions you make.
Mm-hmm.
When they say live your best life, I'm not, I don't care what you're doing. I think in the back of your mind, your family and the thoughts that they may have about what you do can sometimes influence the decisions you make. But like Vanessa was saying, sometimes you're like, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna do what I want to do shall be done, irrespective of your feelings, your thoughts, your concerns, irrespective of it all. And that's why I'm like, she still got the shank, still locked up when it comes to that. Not free at all. I wish I was, but nah.
But yeah,
Not,
I agree with you. Family do have that big impact as well. But I feel like sometimes it's a thing called moving in silence sometimes. And you have to, get that done. And then when it's to the forefront, it's like, okay, you can have your opinions on it, but it's already done.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you got to move like that too. And that's okay.
Those moments.
And that is totally okay because to me, that's your privacy and you have every right to it. It's okay. When I'm ready to let y'all know, well, not y'all, but when I'm ready to let certain people know, they will know.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, everybody don't need to know like your process of getting somewhere.
Absolutely.
That's for me.
yeah, that's for you. I get what you're saying.
That's for me.
I get what you're saying. That's for you.
And to be honest with you, that's based on the relationship that you have with certain people. Because there's certain people, no matter what you do, you're gonna let them know because y'all got that bond, y'all got that history. And then there's certain people that you may say, well, in due time they'll find out. So I personally believe it's whether or not or it's based on the relationship that you have with certain people. Like for instance, a mother. Most important events in our lives, we're gonna tell mama.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna tell mama. Now, as far as aunties and cousins, they might have to just find out.
Exactly.
Okay. But maybe there's certain things that you probably won't tell mama right away because you try to surprise her, or you want to make sure that it is what it is before you tell her. But I agree. There's certain things that either sometimes nobody needs to know
Mm-hmm.
besides you and the person that you're doing it with,
And God.
and that's okay too.
Mm-hmm.
How dare they get mad? Why you ain't tell me? It wasn't for you. That's why. That's why.
There's a difference between moving in silence and lack of communication that you pretend as if you're moving in silence. If that makes sense. There's a distinction between the two for me. Because moving in silence, I completely get that and I understand when you want to truly cherish, you want to hold something and keep it in and cherish before you speak to the world. Versus when you just suck at communicating and you want to say, well, I was just, moving in silence because you never know what be going on. No, you just suck at communicating.
But is it something for the world to know?
Absolutely.
That's the thing, because just because I'm moving in silence don't mean that I am entitled to tell a certain person. You get what I'm saying? Just because they feel like they're entitled to know.
Correct. But here's like for example, move in silence, but then don't be mad. Tell people why they don't communicate with you when you were setting the stage by moving in silence.
Okay, I could understand that part. I could understand that. How dare you tell me that you was doing this because you was trying to be low key, and then you gonna ask me why you call me and check on me, and ask me what was going on? And what?
Yeah. Confusing.
My business.
Was you just saying something's better left unsaid, so I left it unsaid. But then
okay. I agree with that.
I agree with that, Dan. I agree with that. Oh yeah.
Whoa, this was a great topic on forgiveness. This was wow. Like I told you, forgiveness could be talked about for days on end. There are so many different perspectives on forgiveness. There's so many, stories about forgiveness. And speaking of stories, I actually have a question from someone who would like some help on what they should do.
Let me get mine together.
Sisters, when I tell you, when I read this, it really made me think, because I said, wow, this was an honest and raw question from somebody. Okay, it's so honest and raw. It's in my head. I don't even gotta read it. Okay. And the person asked, what do you do when someone says to you that you have wronged them, and you truly in your mind and heart feel like you have no regret based on what you did to them? Why does society feel as if you must apologize?
Because flat out, they feel like it's the right thing to do.
Based on what y'all said earlier.
This person said they don't regret what they did to you.
I know. I heard that.
So basically, society says, even if you don't mean it, say sorry. This is an honest question.
See, once again, for me, it's the layers of the relationship. So if in a relationship like a sister or a spouse or a boyfriend, then I kind of sort of agree with that, because sometimes you have to take yourself out of your shoes and put yourself in their shoes. And although you do not 1000% disagree with what you did, you cannot change the way someone felt towards the things you said to them, or you said it to them. So what I've been trying to do, or I think people should do, is kind of say, okay, what I said was what I said, but let me take a step back and figure out, okay, how what I said may have been hurtful to you. And although I can't apologize for what I said, because I feel like what I said is what I said, maybe I can try to reflect and see how maybe the way I said it, or the attitude behind it, or the, the hand gestures, or the volume, or just the time frame in which I said, the timing, maybe that wasn't, maybe the message would have been better if I had, taken care of those other things. That's how but if it's like a person who I don't really care about, I think I still try to reflect a little bit. It may not be right away.
It'll be a little different. I think it'll be a little different.
Like, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry.
I wasn't thinking on that term that you was thinking about, Nicola, and I definitely agree with that. Like you said, you wasn't living in their shoes. You don't know how they felt. And I felt like if it's from like a spouse or something like that, when you love a person and you truly love a person, I don't want to hurt you. Even though I cannot see how I hurt you, but you're telling me I hurt you. So I don't want to demise the way that you feel. I don't want to make your feelings feel less than, because I feel like I didn't hurt you. Even though I may not see it, but I love you so much, I'm going to apologize to you because I hurt you. And I cannot take that experience away from you from hurting you. So I definitely agree with you on that.
Correct. Because I think if you're a spouse, when your spouse hurt, you hurt.
Yeah.
So although I don't agree, and I think maybe you're too sensitive, maybe you need to grow a backbone, the fact that something affected you, especially as a man, and a woman, you protect your spouse's feelings. You protect them. I'm looking out for you. I want you to look out and protect me. So although I don't understand what you're over in the corner crying about, it's something enough to kind of hit a nerve and make you want to cry in a corner. So let me take a step back and figure out, how can I protect your feelings and protect your emotions? Although I may not truly understand, let me try to gauge where you're coming from.
Yeah. And that's also, can I feel safe with my emotions with you? Because if you're just like, you're just shrugging off the way I felt, because how I don't feel safe with my emotions with you. So, that's going to cause me to shut down. So yes, ma'am.
And so, I agree with the both society of you.
Thinks.
I agree with the both of you, but one thing, to the ones who are listening and viewing us, one thing you have to personally understand, that although we expect the people that we love to take our feelings into consideration, it's ultimately a maturity thing. If the person is not mature enough to say, you know what, like, Vanquilla said, I said what I said and I mean it. But I believe that this person's feelings are valid. So allow me to take a step back and say, wow, that could have hurt them. So the individual that you're dealing with is not mature enough to perceive that. You may not receive that, part of them, when it comes to how you feel. And then it's totally, once again, it's up to you. Do you continue to allow people to just, disgrade and discard you? Are you going to ultimately hold them accountable?
Yeah.
Anyone else with some questions?
I'll go last. No, you can go.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so this is from a couple. They are married, and she recently found out that her husband has been cheating on her with a coworker. She found messages in his phone where he wanted to just hear her voice, where he was saying he would just want to talk to her. He was saying he can't wait to see her at work. He was sneaking around calling her. It seemed to be that he was chasing after her. He has said that he is sorry and he messed up. And he wants to know, or I'm sorry, she wants to know what she should do. How does she forgive her husband and how does she move forward? And what should she do?
I just feel like this. Number one, if you're going to keep bringing it up, you might as well just keep on pushing. Because once you choose to forgive that person, you choose to forgive that person. Now, I would probably say they need to go to marriage counseling. I wouldn't be so quick to take him back, and because that's to me that seemed like emotional cheating. Emotional cheating is up there with physical to me, especially dealing with a man. Yeah, is she gonna continue to keep? Because a lot of people would say, and I can't stand when they say this. Oh, if I went through that, I would leave. I would. How would you know until you in that situation? I tell people this all the time. How would you know until you in that situation? I don't ever. Oh, she's stupid. I don't never do that to another woman, because what would you do if you were in a situation? Especially y'all been together for some years, y'all been married for some years, have kids together. You just can't say, "Oh, this is what I would do." But I truly feel like if she's going to forgive and stay with him, she don't need to keep bringing it up this month, next month, the following month. No, because when you forgive a person, you're gonna move forward. You're gonna work on it, and that's gonna be in the past.
This one's a sticky one for me. I tend to stay away from topics like this because I cannot tell an individual what they should do. It's just a personal issue. It's something that I don't want to get involved with. But like Alexis did say, if you're going to continuously bring it up, you're not over it. You are not over it. And then that's going to lead to more issues. Because, more than likely his rebuttal is going to be, but you said you forgave me. Why are you still bringing it up? Okay. So now we got to go back and forth. You said you forgave me, but you're still bringing it up. I can't believe you did that to me, although it was 5 years ago. We're not making any progress.
Exactly.
Okay. So my advice to you would be marriage counseling first.
Yeah.
And then proceed from there.
Yeah.
It's one, I'm a big advocate in you can't tell someone when to go with their hurt. I get that you were saying when you forgive, you should bring back up, but until she has learned to forgive, it's going to hurt. Every single day could hurt. Every single moment could hurt for her. So I 1000% agree. I think marriage counseling for sure. I think that she's going to have to figure out what if she can love this person again, because I feel like she'll never love him the same.
Mm-hmm.
The love will never be the same. I feel like if the time is going to take for her heart to heal, that's for her to make a determination. But he also has to make the environment one that allows her heart to heal.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's having a moment where she's crying and it stings her heart again. You say, again? You crying again? Why are you not letting it go? That's not the moment for you. You're not providing her the environment to heal her heart. In the moment, it's embracing. For me, it's saying, I'm sorry again. Or even if you don't say I'm sorry. It's showing that you're truly sorry. Now, I'm not saying 5 years from now, be like, remember that time once. I'm not saying none of that. But I am saying that she's going to need time to heal. And you're going to need the time to prove yourself that you're going to trust you and you guys can be one again. Because right now, you're two people who are walking on the same path. Because I feel like that's a disconnect and a discord that you caused. Outside of that, I can't tell you whether to stay or whether to leave. That's the thing, that women tend to forgive so much more than men. We tend to go through so much more than men.
Yeah.
And it's such a hard decision. We think about the kids. We think about the lifestyle we've created. We think about starting all over. And that's hurtful too. And it's scary. So I feel for her because she's at a crossroad. Do I stay and feel sad and feel the trust is not there, or do I leave? And it's scary. Both paths are scary. Both paths.
Yeah. I would say for sure the relationship is not going to be the same. She's going to learn some more boundaries. She's going to learn what she will accept going forward and will not accept going forward. And I feel like they can definitely, if they truly put in the work, especially him and her, healing, but they both got to do it. They can have a, successful marriage after that. Oftentimes we have so many. Who's to say our grandparents didn't go through it and then look at their successful marriage because they both put the work in? You know what I'm saying? That's something people really don't talk about nowadays. But yeah, marriage counseling for sure. Now I can move on with mine. Y'all got anything else? Well, for me, I don't have a question, but it says, what forgiveness is not? 10 truths about forgiveness. Forgiveness is not forgetting. It is necessary to remember before you can forgive. Forgiveness is not denying the hurt. It is feeling the hurt and releasing it to God. Forgiveness is not the same as reconciliation. It takes 2 to reconcile, but it takes only 1 to forgive. Forgiveness is not circumventing God's justice. It is allowing God to execute his justice in his time and in his way. Forgiveness is not excusing wrong behavior. It is acknowledging that the behavior was wrong and shouldn't happen again. Forgiveness is not waiting for time to heal all wounds. It is clear that time doesn't always heal wounds. Some people would not allow healing. Forgiveness is not letting the guilty off the hook. It is moving the guilty from your hook to God's hook. Forgiveness is not explaining away the hurt. It is working through the hurt. Forgiveness is not suffering your anger. Let me repeat that back. Forgiveness is not stuffing your anger. It is resolving your anger by releasing the offense to God. And last but not least, forgiveness is not a feeling. It is a choice, an act of the will.
Wow.
I had to spin that off. I didn't want to do a question. I was like, let me do a little truth.
Wow. And even if a person just took 2 or 3 of those points and began to base their feelings of how they feel about forgiveness, that's a step. That's a step. I mean, not everybody believes in a higher power. I personally do. So that would be something that I'd be willing to do. I'm going to let it go, and I'm going to give it to the one who I trust.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Let go and
So
let
those
God.
are, yeah, those are some very, very informative nuggets for those of us who are struggling with, the topic of forgiveness.
Girl,
And I
Yeah.
send that
like
to
the
me.
last one. Go ahead.
I said, girl, send that to me.
I will. And for you sisters, if you always need a reminder on the topics of forgiveness, just come back to this video. Come back to the video and get a refresher because, like I said, forgiveness is for you, for your peace.
Absolutely.
Okay. And yeah.
And
I
guys,
still
remember,
don't think that part.
it doesn't happen overnight. It's something that we're gonna have to grow upon. And like my sister Van Quellen mentioned, she's still dealing with it. There's no time limit on when you have to forgive a person. I truly try my best to rid myself of such, anticipation because I don't want it to stir up in my spirit. I don't want it to leak out to people that I love, because I'm mad at Barbara. Now I'm treating Helen different, because what Barbara did to me. So,
But that's
I'm
the
working
question,
on that.
though.
Go ahead.
Was Barbara the one who was on the rooftop dancing with the guys?
That was Brittany.
It sure was
Okay.
Brittany.
That was Brittany.
Dang on
Drinking the
Brittany,
wine
girl.
till the sun came up.
I'm like, we talking about Barbara again.
Guys, just so you know, that was a reference from our dating episode in case you haven't watched
Yes.
it. Head over
So
and
head
watch
over
our
and watch that if
dating
you haven't
episode.
already.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh,
All
God.
right, ladies, any last words, any last comments before we go ahead and let the people go?
I just feel
I
like
would
this is
say,
another good segment.
I will end it off with this. Forgiveness is what you choose to define it as, whether it is quick or long, or a little bit prolonged. Truly forgive when it's right for you and when you are ready to, and not for someone else, because the other person wasn't the one who was hurt. You were. However, in your forgiveness, don't torment others because hurt people hurt.
Mm.
So just be mindful of that. And from one person who struggles with forgiveness to another out there, take your time and don't harden your heart. Don't take too long, but take your time. And whether it's for your peace, for your sanity, or just because you feel like it's just time to move on, then you're ready to forgive, and you will forgive with open arms or closed arms or however your forgiveness looks like. But best of luck.
I
Oh,
agree.
yeah. So for one sister to another, let's go on this forgiveness journey together because no one's perfect. All right.
No.
So we love having you guys tune in to our channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye,
Bye,
ladies.
guys.